guy does not know how to drive, does he? There's a car wait. Hello and welcome to episode 21 of the car review series on this channel. Today I am going to review the Opel Corsa Comfort 1.4 from 2001. Something a bit different. This is quite a common car in many countries. Let's just make sure everything here is fine. Yep. No, don't want to go back in there. I want to go into the... No, I don't want to leave the room. No, I don't want to go into driving options. Why is it doing this? Car settings. There we go. So we're running 455 performance points, 244 brake horsepower, and it's weighing in at only 873 kilograms. It's a front-engine, front-wheel drive car. I'm expecting a lot of understeer for it. 27 kilograms force meter, and it's a 3.57 kilograms per brake horsepower power-to-weight ratio. So, like I just said, I'm expecting a lot of understeer from this car, seeing as it's just this car. This car isn't exactly the best of cars in the world. Right, let's just wait. Okay, right, so there's the rear of the car. It's very very boring. I'll say that much. I'll just turn around and park in here because people will want me to. So there's the back of the car. There's the brake lights. Sorry, it's quite standard. Let's just stop the car for a minute. Got the front of the car. Ignore that random Daihatsu that's just parked right in front of me. Why can't I just park in a space without someone interrupting me? Right, front of the car. There. There's the horn. There's the bumper view, which is also at 160 miles per hour on the speedometer. As you can see, the revs go up to 7,500, so it's pretty good. There's the interior, so you've got the right and the rear. Pretty standard stuff. And then you've got the bonnet view, which is actually a roof view. It's a nice sounding car for a for a Corsa. It sounds fairly nice. I expected it to sound a bit worse than that. Right, let's just test out this burnout. Okay, I'll go to a longer straight, so I can do it properly. Right, there we go. That's a lot of burnout. It's very fast. I've noticed it's already up to 80 miles per hour. See what the handling's. The handling is good. Wow. I didn't expect it to have so much traction. How much traction it's got is amazing. Wow. You wouldn't expect a car of this... stupid person. Oh, brakes aren't that good. You're alright, but not exactly the best in the world. It's actually quite a fun car to drive. I'm surprised. Right. We are back on London. I just realised that. I'm back on London, so have a lot of fun on this track. This is like my original track, and I always go here first. And, it's like the track which I know pretty much off by heart. I go on it every day. It's a really good car. Really good handling. Let's just try doing this. There we go. Now I can get the tyres to smoke. If you push the steering, it will. I mean, every car will, to be honest. But it's a nice car to drive. There's not really much to say about it, rather than it's nice. It's not perfect. I mean, no car is. It could be a lot worse. I was expecting standards like the Integra and things like that. I was expecting a lot of understeer from this, but there's just endless amounts of grip. It's just like a Subaru. I guess that's good. Yeah, the brakes aren't that good, and I'd probably increase the pressure if I come on. Oh, that was close. Wow, it's so scary with this car. It's such a short car as well. It's got such a short wheelbase. It's actually quite good for such a short wheelbase. Urgh. Yeah, the steering goes a bit heavy when you take a corner a bit too hard, but overall, it's pretty good. There we go. See, now the tyres are smoking. Yeah, tyres are smoking. I love this track so much. I miss this track as well. It's just like when you're just constantly doing Côte d'Azur and or Monaco, depending on how you pronounce it, Sierra track and all these places. It's just kind of you miss this place, especially when you used to do this all the time. You really start missing tracks like this. So I'm so glad there's a lot of lobbies on right now. Yeah, you can't really push it too far, but you can push it far enough. There's a spinning out BMW. First gear's quite... The gearing's nice. The gearing is almost perfect. I can't really complain about the gearing. Suspension is a bit stiff. I'd say that. Oh, got to slow down for this Lamborghini, which decided to stop in the middle of the track for no reason. Okay. This car is really nice. Oh, there's the wall there. Forgot about that. Ooh. Whew. Some close calls going on this review. A lot of smoke as well. There's not so much activity on this lobby. I'd expect a car maybe every 5 seconds. Ow! Thanks. Really nice of you to hit me like that. I forget you can't launch this car in second gear. It just bottoms out as soon as you try and launch in a second gear. I think that's one complaint I have with this car, is that it bottoms out as soon as you try and launch on a gear other than one. Oh, why are you drifting? It's not a drift lobby. It's a cruise lobby, or whatever they call it. UK law lobby, that's what they call it. Stop moving. Thank you. It's so annoying. Oh, okay, I don't want to go into first gear, but I can't seem to... I can't stay in second gear because it just stops working. That Galado's struggling to keep up, which is a surprise. Oh, that was close. Yeah, it does understeer when you kind of extend the corner out a bit too far. Other than that, I've already got to 100 miles per hour and I'm not even at that corner. And there's a Mercedes in front of me, so I've got to watch out for him. Turning. Turning's very good. Very good. Very, very good. It's a nice Corvette. Stingray. Yeah, the gearing is almost perfect for this track. It wouldn't be so good for the Sierra or Le Mans, but definitely for a short, twisty track like this, it's almost perfect. I would maybe shorten the gears by a couple miles per hour, but it's still pretty good. It's when that turbo kicks in, it just goes mental. It's just before that turbo kicks in, that's when it starts going really slow. There's so many drifters. It's stupid. What are you doing in that Peugeot? Why can't you just drive normally? You're going to drive faster than 30 miles per hour? 40 miles per hour? No, you're not. Okay. You're just going to constantly brake in the middle of the track. Right, you're going to get overtaken by an Opel Corsa. How do you feel now? That'd be so embarrassing to be overtaken by an Opel Corsa going 100 miles per hour. Oh wow. Oh, we got a guy that's spinning out. Ah! Oh, good dodge, my friend. Good dodge. Oh, it's just a cluster over there. Oh, I shouldn't have beat my horn because he wasn't going to wait for me anyway. There goes the burnout. It's after that initial burnout. I think if you're trying to corner in first gear, then it will go a bit weird. But other than that, it's quite good. Braking is alright. I was talking about braking earlier. What else is there to say? The tyres seem to have a lot of grip. Oops. I don't know what else there is to say about this car. There's nothing really bad about this. It's a very average car. I'll say that much. It's a very average car. I don't know how I'm having fun with a Corsa, but yep, there we go. It's a fun Corsa. Whoever knew that could exist. So, to put everything into conclusion, this is a very... It's not a unique car. It's one of those cars which is kind of... It's kind of like the baseline car, if you will. It's kind of the car which... It's the car which everything else... It's a benchmark car. That's what they call it, a benchmark car. It kind of... This guy does not know how to drive, does he? It's a car which, like, all the car manufacturers like to get their base of and then kind of make it faster or slower, worse or better. Mostly worse, but... suspension is a bit stiff. I'd definitely soften it if I was doing any sort of track days with this car. Transmission is pretty much perfect for small twisty tracks. If you were doing a long sort of sweeping track like Sierra, then I wouldn't recommend this car. It's quite a... It's definitely designed for this sort of circuit. Very short and twisty. A lot of turns. Oh! Yeah, that's why the braking isn't so good. You kind of end up slamming into someone by accident. For beginners, it's probably one of the best cars you can choose. Despite it being a very obvious car, it's actually one of the best cars. Don't brake right there. Ah, so many bad drivers on this lobby. Look at this Lamborghini in front of me. He brakes in the middle of the track and then he just drives. I can't actually look back because he might just suddenly brake in front of me. For amateurs, it's all right for amateurs. Stop. It's all right for amateurs. It's not. There are better cars out there. Let's say that. There are better sort of cars in this area, which are... I can't really say any. Maybe a 3000 GC Mitsubishi, possibly. It's probably a bit better than this. Depends how you tune it, really. But for professional drivers, I wouldn't recommend this. It's definitely more of a beginner's car, so you can get to to learn how front-wheel drive cars. Yeah, it's a car so that people can learn how front-wheel drive cars can sort of react to what you do. So, let's say you wanted to learn how a front-wheel drive car would do. If you turned it all the way like that, you see it just understeers like crazy. And that's kind of... It's that sort of car where you can just mess about with it and test out things. It's not really a track day car. So swing out wide just in case that person decides to slam into his reverse gear. Yeah, that was the the Opel Corsa from 2001, I believe. It's like I was saying, it's a very beginner's car, very ideal for beginners, and definitely not suited for sort of amateur professional drivers. If you can tune it so it acts like a four-wheel drive car, then maybe it'll be acceptable, but not in the long run. I'd rather go for something a bit more power and a bit more sort of Japanese, if you will. Anyway, I've been XeinsGaming on episode 21 of my car review series with the Opel Corsa Comfort 1.4 litre, and I will see you in the next video.